Good morning, everybody. Tequila here, and today we are going to do kind of a Project Rend for Dummies guide. So, I am not tech savvy in the slightest. I am very dumb when it comes to this kind of thing, but I've been working quite a bit with Mr. Dizzy, who deserves the biggest shout out in the world. Project Rend is absolutely amazing. For anybody who has been following my content, you kind of are aware. I've said it 1,000 times. I think that Project Rend is hands down the single best tower tool in the entire game. It is amazing. I don't know, there's no other words to put it. So, absolutely massive shout out to Dizzy. He has actually granted me a beta test version of Project Rend, so I was able to kind of play around with it quite a bit and mess with it and learn a lot. So once again, huge shout out to Dizzy. Kicking things off here, kind of a why you should use Project Rend is, as I've said, it's the most over-encompassing best tower tool, and I think that the biggest thing you can use it for is right here, this farm run tracking. So at different points in the game, it is extremely important to track your runs. For me, if we look at the graph here on the right, for quite a bit of time here, Tier 10 has been my best for both coins and cells. And where you see this dip in cells but a pretty large jump in coins was where I tried a Tier 11 run. And this kind of told me, okay, it's a roughly 10% cell loss, but about a 10% cell, or rather coin increase if I go up to Tier 11. For me, I don't feel like the cells were worth losing, so I went back to farming Tier 10. And I farmed Tier 10 again for a couple of runs, and then now, as you can see here, another massive coin jump, but I didn't lose any cells at all. I actually gained a tiny bit from that run to this run. So that told me that Tier 11 is now where I should be farming. And that has happened multiple times throughout my account. You will see a couple of big jumps here. So like here is where I was farming Tier 8, and I skipped and jumped straight to Tier 10. I did a test run, it was really worth it, so I did a couple more. And then I found that Tier 9 was slightly better cells, but the same amount of coins. And this kind of goes through the entire game. It is really important to track your runs, and as you can see here, kind of using that data to, I guess, infer where you should be farming. So it's very important to track your runs. The biggest thing for me is how easy Project Rend is. So as you can see here, I just finished up a Tier 11 farming run. This was a fully AFK. So we're going to come here, copy to clipboard. We're going to click New Run, and then paste and parse. And that is it. Simple as that. Because it's a farming run, it will automatically select that. And you can go through and verify this data to make sure it's correct. However, since it has switched to this new paste and parse button, I have never had it input any data incorrectly. That is my own personal use, and I've been using it quite a bit, even in the beta version, which is a little bit older than this current version that is live to everybody. As I said, none of that data has been entered incorrectly, but we are still doing pretty good. So back to Project Rend here. We're going to start off here with the home page. This is really cool for me. To see your average daily coins going up is just kind of like a good, I guess, dopamine hit. Every day you can watch this number going up a little bit. And then same thing, average daily cells. Another very important thing is it lets you learn kind of where you're at with your labs. So I think it's 80,000 cells, I believe, for a 4x boost on 24 hours. Let me double check that. Yep. So yeah, 80.64. So if we pull up a calculator really quick, 80.64 times 5. So it's 403.2 thousand stones, or cells rather, per day to 4x all of your labs. And as you can see, I'm only at 330. So I know I cannot quite do that. However, because of where I'm at, I am able to keep 4x labs perma, and Project Rend helps me do this. Now, this, I believe, does partially take into time, how, like, if you have some downtime. So this is pretty much my number that I can meet. And that way it lets me not overextend into my cells, because it's very easy to put in a little bit too much and then you'll run out of cells and actually have no lab boosts going. So average daily coins is nice for the dopamine hit, and then average daily cells is really nice for the knowing where your labs are at as far as your boosts. And then as you can see here, my average time per day, I'm only actually running about 17 hours per day. I need to work on getting that up. I also have quit several runs and skipped uploading some small stuff, like some of the milestones that I've done. So that's partially why this is a little bit lower. And then it gets into some other general stats here for your towers. So right here is the tournament statistics, the stone income. So this accounts for the tournaments as well as your weekly missions. So I do all of my weekly missions. I'm not buying stone packs, so that means I'm averaging 180 stones per week. And then I haven't messed with the cards too much. I haven't messed very much with the modules. We will get into that. And then another really cool thing about Rend is how easy this Relics page is to update. So you go to the customization where your themes and such are. And then you go to Relics and you click the eye. If you go through, all you have to do, and they are in the same order, is you just go down the list and you quickly and update everything to match. And it's very fast and easy to do. Health bonus is at 28. And let's see, health regen is at 14. So you can very quickly just kind of go down the list. As I said, everything is in order, so it makes it very simple to just go through and put everything in very quickly. 2 to 12, 17.5, 7 meters. And that's it. We're done. It is very seamless, very fast, very easy. You have the dashboard here, which this kind of is a more in-depth breakdown of your homepage. So this is where you can see your lifetime coins, which if you upload all of your runs, the lifetime coins will stay accurate. I have completely forgotten to do several of my tournament runs, as well as some of the milestone attempts. So in between runs here, I try to upload every run. I need to do a little bit better on the tournaments, but this will stay very close. As you can see, it was only off by like 0.02 little q. This is a really cool number here. Just the time that I've recorded in Rend, I have almost 1,300 hours. My last 5 runs, I'm averaging 8,200 waves. This is going to go down because I did just jump up to that tier 11. And just kind of some other very useful stats, including tournament performance, time tracking, stuff like that, cards. But this is just kind of a general overview of your entire account. Farming, this is what we started with. This is where all of your runs go. And as you can see here, I have it where it shows hide milestones because I don't like seeing these big ugly dips. But I did put where I got my tier 16 milestone in. I did tier 16 right after tier 15. And I did not upload tier 15, but I did do this tier 16. So that's really cool to see. However, I don't like seeing that. I think it ruins the beautiful farming graph, because this is what really matters. This is kind of a tabled view of the run history. This is your average for the last 10 runs per tier, and you can actually change this. So this is really useful whenever you want to see like how long your runs are taking. And see, I moved this down because I'm recently getting into my tier 11s. But as you can see, my tier 11s are taking me about 10 hours and 14 minutes versus the 13 hours and change from tier 10s. And also it shows you your cells per hour. So for me, the last 3 runs, tier 10 was actually slightly better than tier 11. However, if you look at the coins, it's a pretty large jump there. So for me, tier 11 is now worth farming because it is not much of a cell loss. So that's a very useful chart there. This is recommending me farming tier 10 still. That is partially because I don't have that many runs on tier 11. but as you can see, my tier 11 score is getting a lot higher. The last time I looked at this, my tier 11 score was down in like the low 50s, and it's already up to the 82 mark. And as I do some more tier 11s, I feel like it's going to do it. But as you can see here, it is experimental, so take this chart with a grain of salt down here at the bottom. Now, getting into tournaments, so we kind of talked about it a little bit, but there are two ways to upload your tournament runs. The proper way is kind of the same way when you're uploading your end of run stats. At the end of your tournament run, you will pull up your stats page again by clicking the extra stats, and then you go and you copy it, hit new run, you paste it in, and it should automatically change it to tournament, but just double check all of that information. But because I am slacking, I did not do that. So I will show you the second method of uploading your tournaments. So this is my last tournament run here that is not uploaded. So on 9/20, you just pretty much go through and you put all of the data in. The time doesn't really matter. But so on September 20th, this was a Champion League, and I got 415 waves. I don't remember what I was killed by. None of this really matters. And at the bottom here, you have to input tournament rank, which it says optional. The reason that it's optional is when you are doing the copy paste method, it will add your run to your chart. And as you can see here, so it just added that run to the chart and it put my rank in. Now, whenever you upload your data, it will not have your tournament rank, and you won't be able to know that until you finalize the tournament. So what I do is whenever I collect my tournament rewards, I just come in here and I click on the chart. So say this most recent tournament right here on the 20th. I'm just going to click it. I'm going to click edit run, scroll to the bottom, and that is where I input my rank. So make sure if you are either way, whenever you're uploading your data, you're going to come in here and at the very bottom input your tournament rank once the tournament actually ends. That is very important. You have to wait till it ends because you want to make sure that that is accurate. And then as you can see here, there's quite a bit of data on this graph. So there's a bottom 25. So if you're below that line, you will be demoted. Obviously, once you get out of gold into platinum, because you cannot demote from gold. And then at the bottom here, this is really cool. So tier 11 plus is champions. As you can see, I have 9 runs in champions. I have 22 runs in platinum, 20 runs in gold. So I spent quite a bit of time in gold. I've spent more time in platinum, and then now I'm finally getting to the point where I'm mostly staying in champions. And if you notice, this most recent run, I was below that 25 cutoff. So I did get demoted. I had to AFK, and it was very unfortunate. However, that is not for this video. Moving on, the analytics page. Now, this is very useful. So once again, I have hide milestones and hide quit runs. So this will show you the breakdown of your different economy things. This is very good to know, just kind of in general. One really important thing for me was, if you notice the brown there about halfway down, the coin stolen. For me personally, whenever it switched from the steel chip to the bounty chip, it was like a 5.2 times coin increase for me. And I have invested a little bit more into that, and I feel like it's worth it. So having this data is very valuable for knowing that, and also knowing kind of where your other ultimate weapons stand. Now, there is a damage explorer, which is considerably more important for glass cannon. I am running full EHP, so this chart is completely irrelevant for me. But as you start getting into glass cannon or doing it for tournament runs, so you could change all of these to only show your tournament runs, which I won't have it because I haven't been uploading my tournament runs properly. But if you do upload your tournaments properly, you could hide everything but tournaments. It'll give you a nice graph and show you where your damage is sitting. And then you can kind of judge your ultimate weapons and where you would like to invest from there. But the econ is primarily where I spend, because that is the majority of this game, is farming your econ. Moving on, we have the workshop here. So it will show you, so you got your weekly stones up here again. It'll show you your total stones spent if you input everything properly. This is really nice because it lets you kind of build your workshop up. So like for me, I have this workshop set for my evolved blender kind of thing for my EHP farming, 0 damage. So if I ever respec for a tournament, I know I can come right here. I have all of my information and it's very nice. But that is the workshop. Moving on to modules, it is pretty straightforward. You go to the module, you select your you'll select how many copies you have, what rarities. So like for me, I'm running a legendary Astral Deliverance. So pull that up really quick. So yeah, legendary Astral Deliverance. As you can see, I have 1 extra copy right here. So I've got it legendary with 1 extra copy. I have insufficient copies. I have 1 out of 2 to make it legendary plus, at which point it would require fodder. And that is, it actually is pretty cool. On one of these modules, I had it where, right here, on my project funding, I have it at Epic Plus, but I have the fodder. So all I have to do is click upgrade, but I haven't spent the fodder yet. So until I do, it will stay with this upgrade button. Same thing with my BHD. I have it at Mythic. All it requires is 1 legendary plus fodder, and if I commit that legendary plus fodder, then I could make it Mythic plus. So all I would have to do is click upgrade, but I have 0 extra BHDs. Now I did leave 1 module open that I had not uploaded yet, so real quickly I will show you how to upload a module. So Primordial Collapse here, which I am going to equip because I'm currently using it both in farming and on tournaments. So mine is Ancestral. It is currently level 104, and we have 1 extra copy. So I'm going to select that to 1, and then you just go through and you put in the substats. So I like doing it in the same order as what it shows up, even if that is even if it shows up. But you just go up here, you click add effect, and then you just kind of go down the list and you select your different substats. So black hole duration, and you pretty much just do that until you have finished. This is Spotlight. And there you go. So that is now our Primordial Collapse, and then because I had clicked equip, you see up here at the top, I have these equipped. Which one am I missing? My cannon module? Here we go. So I haven't finished all of these actually. So Amplifying Strike, I have it legendary, +1. Equip is level 100. I'm sorry to do this middle of the video, but it is a good showcase here. So super crit. And you have to make sure whenever you do this that you are clicking the that check mark. If you don't click it, it won't save the roll. So make sure as you're inputting this data, which as you can see it's pretty quick to do, you're going in here and clicking on the check mark. So there we go. Now it will properly show up at the top here my current module setup. Now labs, this is probably, now that I've spent a little bit more time with it, this is my second favorite part about this. So something like lab speed, it lets you go in and very quickly see how long it's going to take for not only your current boosts, but it's going to show you how long it takes for your next level, as well as how long it's going to take to max. And then it also shows you, so it shows you a bar up here that is your levels, but then at the bottom here it shows me I'm at 51.0% complete. This does not account for the in progress time, but if you update this regularly, that part is very minuscule. So like for me, it's going to take me 136 days and at the top here I have it set to a 4x boost, and this is accounting for my relic bonus and my lab speeds. And then a 4x boost. It is still going to take me 136 days to max out lab speed, but it lets you kind of see where different labs are at. So another one here that I just started working on recently is the enemy attack level skip. Can't spell. So as you can see, I've worked on mine a little bit. So I have mine now up to level 10. And it is going to take me another 10 days and 15 hours to max. Obviously, that is not accounting for the 3/4 of this level that I've already done. So it's going to be a little bit less. So it's 10 days, 15 hours minus, we'll say 6 hours, give or take. So it's going to be about 10.5 days, roughly. Now, more importantly than looking at the individual labs, there's actually a really cool lab planner where you can actually select a slot and kind of input what you're working on. As you can see, I haven't updated this recently, but my health is currently... So it shows you the total duration here. So I started my health at 43. I wanted to take it to 50. It will take me another 1 day, 3 hours and 22 minutes with a 4x boost. As you can see here, that is pretty spot on for where this is going to go. It once again, it does not quite calculate for the extra time. So tomorrow, well, in 1 day roughly, whenever my health does hit 50, all I have to do is come in here and click the X, and it will automatically select wall health, which is what I'm planning on slotting in next, is wall health to level 50. Kind of the same thing here, Death Wave coin bonus. I have another 5 days. This was because I was only 3xing this lab for a lot of that time, so it is very off. And but what I wanted to do really quickly, as you can see, I've kind of deviated a little bit here, but I finished my common drop chance. I haven't updated that yet, so I'm working on rare drop chance. It is currently level 1, and then I'm taking it to max, and then once again daily mission shards, taking it to level 50. So my lab slot 3 on a 3x boost. I currently have almost 40 days of lab time planned. And what I wanted to do quickly was show you how to input that data. So I'm going to be running 4 labs at a 4x, so all of these at 4x except for lab slot 3, which is my module labs. And I wanted slot 4 to be mostly, it's going to be mostly damage, but I also want to max my enemy attack level skip. So what we're going to start off with is the enemy attack level skip. It's under utility. So yeah, enemy attack level skip. It is currently level 11. We're going to take it to max. So we're going to put that in. Oh, I haven't updated this. It shows it's at level 10. Then we're going to go in here, and we're going to click Add Lab to Queue. So as soon as my enemy attack level skips is in, we are going to go in here to the Ultimate Weapon Labs, and I want to max my shock multiplier. We're going to go ahead and put it in. We're going to click max, add that in. After shock multiplier, I'm going to take shock chant. I want to take shock chance to level 15. I feel like that's a pretty happy spot for that. And then once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and throw in a 4th one. I'm going to take the missile amplifier lab and go ahead and max that out. And just for giggles, I'm going to go ahead and throw in the lab after that, which is going to be my missile radius. There we go. And we're going to max that out as well. So as you can see here, on a 4x boost, I just planned out the next 60, almost 65 days of my lab. So we're going to do enemy attack level skips, which is going to take me a day. Then we're going to do shock multiplier for 4 days. We're going to do shock chance for 6 days, missile amplifier for 31 days, and then missile radius for another 11 days. So totaling, like I said, 65 days. This is extremely useful to plan out. As you can see here, I don't even need to think about this. I have got 142 days left on the old lab speed, so it'll be in there for quite a while. But yeah, that is kind of the lab planner, and then it also puts you a nice little calendar up here. So it will go all the way until you have finished your what's called, which for me the end here is just going to be lab speed. But it is really nice that you can really plan out your lab queue here. And one really useful thing is, as you can tell, I kind of changed my mind quite a bit, but this kind of helps me keep on track with where I'm planning on going. So as you can see here, when my Death Wave coin bonus is done, I want to take Golden Bot duration to level 20. Well, that's 70 days. So I'm actually going to edit this, and we're going to take it only to level 5 for now. So we're going to take that to 5, which is going to take 4 days. Then we're going to throw in our points per kill bonus. And we're going to take it all the way up to 65. And then, so which is going to take 9 days. And then once that's done, we're going to throw in Golden Bot duration again. And as you can see, it's very easy to do. But Golden Bot duration, we're going to take it to max. There we go. So I just added quite a bit of time there, because I just added in 9 days of coins per kill after a little bit of Golden Bot duration. And like I said, this kind of lets you mix and match and plan your labs out very efficiently. This lets me know, like, okay, I'm going to put a couple days into Golden Bot, then I'm going to get a couple more levels into coins per kill, kind of spread that out before I go in and try to gold box the Golden Bot duration. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in, but at least for now, it's currently planned. Alright, so to get out of here, we just go up to the top, hit the X. The card tracker. So this is another really cool thing here. As you can see, I have obtained 67% of the overall cards. I need 827 more. I'm going to need 16,540 more gems to get all of the cards to max. And then it also shows me the Mastery Stones, which I did recently just unlock Mastery. As you can see here, maxed out common cards, maxed out rare cards. One really cool thing is, if you are, while you're going through here, instead of having to click anything, you can just come here and click max, and it will automatically put all of them there. And then to update your cards here, you just go in, you select the level, you select how many you own, and it will automatically update. My cards need quite a bit more work. I'm very aware of that, but it is very nice to see up at the top here how many more gems you are actually going to need to max out all of your cards. And then we have the settings, which one really cool thing for this update is the themes bonus. And I have to shout out my absolute favorite here. It is Outrun. If you like any of the other themes, that's cool and all, but you're just wrong. I'm sorry. But this graph is absolutely beautiful. Look at this, blue and the red. And then if we add in the dice, it is pink. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. So I'm sorry if you like any of the other colors, they're good and all, but Outrun's the best. But you can change your different date settings. So I have mine set to the default, which is, I guess, the US version, not the British style. We have days first. And then I like 12 hours, but if you prefer military or 24 hours time, you can use that as well. And then it is pretty simple. So you can come down here, you check for updates, app is up to date. And then also at the bottom here, you have the useful links. So Project Rend website, which will be linked in the description below. Project Rend YouTube, also going to be linked in the description below. You have the tower things here, like the web store. Then you have the JPlays Discord, Spartans Discord. Izzy, we need to add in the Rend Discord down here. I don't know why that's not done here. But the Rend Discord will also be linked in the description below. And then you have some of the awesome content creators, including myself here. So once again, huge shout out to Dizzy for this. And that is about gonna do it for the kind of Project Rend for Dummies version 0.1.7 guide. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you. The channel has been absolutely blowing up. It has been a true dream come true for me. We are getting really close to the 400 subscriber mark, and I want to say thank you. It has been absolutely amazing for me. And as a thank you to the community and everybody supporting me, when we hit 500 subscribers, which I know is kind of not super close, but it's getting closer. When we hit 500 subscribers, I am going to be doing a stone pack giveaway. And just kind of as a thank you, I really appreciate all the love and support from everybody, and I just want to give back because this has been an absolutely amazing journey for me. So I really just wanted to say thank you. But with that, once again, huge shout out to Dizzy. Please check out the Discord in the description below. Give Dizzy some love. If you have any kind of bugs to report or anything like that, Dizzy is normally very quick on responding and fixing the bugs. Just please be respectful. And with that, guys, I just want to say it's a good day to have a great day.